going to do all that?
Yeah. Kevin Maloney, Trenton Times. Joe Frapoli Sr., head coach at Florence High, the one and only legendary Joe Frapoli Sr. Joe, coming off a nice win Friday night, was it? Yeah, against New Egypt.
Yeah.
A little bit of a slow first half, but you guys really kicked in gear in the second half.
Yeah, New Egypt, you got to give them a lot of credit. They did some nice things. We're still trying to find ourselves a little bit. It's been a slow start for us, but we're trying to put the people in the right position. But I think once we got going a little bit, a couple times Jasmine Best, our running back, he came within a whisker of breaking a couple of big plays. But in the second half, we caused some turnovers, we made some things happen, we made some plays.
Well, it's always been a staple of Florence High football, defense and running the football effectively, and that showed its head again the other night.
Yeah, our defensive coaches, we're struggling a little bit because, all our linebackers are new. We actually started a freshman linebacker, and he got hurt in the first series of the game, and we lost another linebacker the scrimmage before. So we're doing a lot of shuffling. What we don't have, smaller schools hardly ever have depth, and I guess some larger schools don't either. But in our situation, we got a lot of young people. And when I say young, we got some sophomores, but they haven't even played football before, and a bunch of freshmen. So the guys that are playing, we just have to keep shuffling them around as to where they play.
I know you're really beginning preparation for this week today and a little bit over the weekend, but you're going to Lawrence team that you guys came from behind to beat last year. And I know they're probably still thinking about that game, and they have a lot of firepower offensively, but what have you seen in your film study so far?
Well, actually, we just got film today.
Okay.
But we've been, we've scouted them as sure they've scouted us. I think they were here the other night. I looked at them as one of the teams to beat last year, and I think they're pretty committed and pretty determined this year. It looks like they've got, they look like some young men compared to our people, our guys. But their quarterback, their tight end, their fullback, who plays tailback, and their tailback. And they're very aggressive defensively. They do a nice job. Their coaches do a good job, and they're a Group 3 school, so we're going to do our best.
Knowing Joe, I know that he doesn't know this, so but this is your 40th year of the season. Maybe you do know that. 267, 116-5 all-time record. He is the winningest coach in South Jersey history, which everyone knows. But you're coming up on a milestone, October 5th, and this is courtesy of Chuck Langerman, a South Jersey sports historian. When you play Robbinsville on October 5th, that'll be the 400th game you've coached.
Really?
And
I didn't know that.
I knew he didn't know it.
I didn't know that.
And there's only 5 other guys. You'll be one of 6 men who have coached 400 games. And I believe 4 decades as well. So, look, this is for you. This has always been about Florence High football. It's always been about the community and the coaches and the kids. But to have been a part of 400 football games on the sidelines at a place where you played, I'm sure that's going to be a special moment, a special night.
Kevin, I had no knowledge of that. Really.
Exactly.
I'm a grandfather now, so I try to keep track of them, our 7 grandchildren. But I don't keep track of that kind of stuff. But now that you mention it, and I'm starting to have flashbacks to the number of young people that I've, the great fortune that I've had to work with so many special kids and young people along the way, and wow, that's all I can say. I'm a little taken aback because I never looked at it that way. That's why you're doing what you're doing, I'm doing what I do, because even though I'm a historian, I usually don't keep historical records about what we do and so on and so forth. In fact, people want stats. We do have Randy Belknap that does stats.
Yeah, Randy Belknap does a great job with their stats.
We're not a big stat team. We just look at the film and we can tell who's playing well and who's not, and who's playing hard. But that's pretty incredible.
Hey, well, Joe, all the best for the rest of the season, and October 5th, I hope to be out here. I'm sure the media will be out here and we'll be able to celebrate and put that milestone in its proper place. But
well, that's great. But we have a very big game this Saturday, and we'll try to take care of business as we normally do, one game at a time, and that'll take care of itself once it gets there.
You guys stay looking 1 week ahead. I'll keep looking a few weeks ahead. All right, Joe, all the best.
Thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you.